The FETO Terror Organization's network stretches to many parts of Africa as well. For more on this, TRT World producer Usman Aliyu Uba joins me now live in the studio. Thanks so much for coming in. So help us understand how influential this organization actually is on the ground in African countries.
Yes, as somebody who has conducted various research and in-depth research across several African countries, which are under the, FETO influence, and personally as somebody who is from Nigeria, which is the populous African nation, if you like, the largest economy, they are long, being influential in the sense that long disguised their image, under the so-called humanitarian aid or humanitarian charity organization with network or a relation to religious affiliation. Yes, in Nigeria or across several African countries, notwithstanding the fact that Turkey has warned several of these countries that FETO is the mastermind or behind the coup that took place in 2016, they are still influential, having several schools, universities, hospitals, and business investments in these countries.
And what do they want? What do they want out of Africa specifically?
Well, I think FETO is using Africa, or in the sense that they are exploiting Africa. Why? Because they know people who want to invest. There are some greener, areas in terms of business, and because of the poverty rate in Africa, or if you like, corruption rate in Africa, which they are also involved in some of this tax evasion, which they can, live or succeed in terms of boosting their economic influence to operate their networks across the globe.
It's so interesting, the manifestation of some of the FETO projects in Africa. I'm not sure if you've seen the one in Johannesburg, in an industrial area outside the city. I remember first seeing it and being shocked because there was a replica, basically, of Sultan Ahmed being built in what felt like the middle of nowhere. And it wasn't until years later that I discovered that that was actually FETO building these mosques in this industrial area outside a major city in South Africa. I mean, really, please help us understand why they'd want a foothold in such a manner in a place like that.
Yes, Andre, we have to understand that African people are unique in the sense that they are very religious, either, Christians or Muslims. They are very, tied to religion. And so the fact that the FETO terrorist organization have an affiliation under the disguise of, Islam, religion of Islam, so going to Johannesburg is not a surprise of building such a replica because, the Muslims there will say, they embrace we as their brothers. So we have to also, react to them as our Muslims brothers. But the fact is that since they are under the disguise of religion, they have dirty jobs to do. They are doing a lot of dirty jobs. I spoke with one of the person who worked with them, but later, regrets because in the, there's ahead of the failed coup attempt, he told me that there were serious meetings which happened. This is in Nigeria. Serious meetings, serious, rumors that something big is going to happen in Turkey. And all of a sudden, such, a failed coup attempt happened in Turkey, which, you can understand how very, very disastrous they are by using or exploiting religion as, as their, agenda.
Yeah, very nefarious. Okay, Usman, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for coming in. We appreciate it.